We got Bristol Motor Speedway in NASCAR. I'm Ben Silk. I'll be calling the race for you today, and apologize for the delay. I was miscommunicated about the time of the race start. Thought it was 3:30. Apparently it was 3. We're 51 laps in, but right now, Kyle Larson has passed Ryan Blaney for the lead. And it's Bristol. It's going to be an interesting one since it's a short track. Going to be a lot of passing involved. There's now Blaney already on Larson's tail. Going around now, lap 52 so far in this race, as Blaney is right on Larson's tail, goes on the inside to try to make the move. The two of them are neck and neck. This is the battle for the lead. It's still the beginning of the race, however, but these two both fought for the 2023 NASCAR Championship. It came down to both of these drivers. Blaney wound up taking it at the end. Larson got his championship back, however, this past year, winning it in Phoenix to be a two-time champion. But now, Blaney right on Larson's tail to try to take the lead away from Larson. As Blaney goes on the inside, this is for the lead, but Larson able to use the top of the track to stay up front. Neck and neck now as Larson able to pull ahead. Larson, your leader. We're going around now, banging into each other. Nemechek as Larson tries to make the move around. Nemechek pulling up front. Larson losing some speed now here as he's able to go in, gaining it back, going around with Cole Custer. Pass for Cole Custer. Nemechek acting as the boundary between him and Larson. Cole Custer. Larson is able to pull around Cole Custer, and Larson has two cars between him and Blaney. Blaney not giving up, however. We look at the battle for third. Christopher Bell on the tail of Chastain, and is going to take third place. Ross Chastain, he's been a young driver in the Cup Series. He's at his age, he has done a lot, and with the team that he is on, Trackhouse, they're a solid team, but not a Gibbs, Hendrick, and Penske level team. He's already done some great things in the sport. However, last few years has been a little slow for Chastain. Coming around now as Larson is pulling ahead for the lead. But now we got Riley Herbst for 23:11. He's not done much in his Cup Series career yet, but here he comes to try to pass Chastain. Riley Herbst on the bottom, coming around as he's going to pull up front, and Riley Herbst pulls ahead of Chastain. So we head to commercial, and hopefully we get side by side, but if we don't, I'll have the leaderboard pulled up on my phone because I got the NASCAR app. But we got side by side, so we're good there. So Larson up on top. Blaney is still chasing and was able to get by Nemechek and Custer and some others. As Larson goes by Bowman there, that's our teammate, and we got a crash. Brad Keselowski spins on out, and the caution flag comes on out. Keselowski, number 6 for RFK Racing, and yeah, we'll see what the call is going to be here. The 2012 NASCAR Cup Series champion spins out there, but seems to rebound, and we're going to be lining up again. It's going to be an interesting restart now. You got Larson, Blaney, and Bell at the top of the restart. Arguably, 3 of the best drivers in the series right now. In my opinion, they probably are. And if you put Hamlin and Byron right there, but I'd say Blaney and Bell this season, but also Larson's a really good driver. So, in my opinion, those are my top 3. So it's going to be an interesting start for sure. We're getting going here as we're 62 laps into this one. Kyle Larson, your leader. In second place is Ryan Blaney. Christopher Bell in third. Riley Herbst in fourth. Ross Chastain in fifth. In sixth, we have Tyler Reddick. Seventh is Carson Hostevaart. Eighth is Austin Cindric. Ninth is Bubba Wallace. 10th is Chase Briscoe. As cars are going to head to the pit now, multiple cars head to the pit, and this is going to shake up the race for sure. Wait to see what the call is going to be here. 62 laps to go, in the first stage, 64 laps in, as we're under caution currently. And yeah, I want to thank everyone tuning in today, as yeah, it's gonna be an exciting one. That is for sure. But yeah, head to pit. Larson and multiple of the leaders are gonna head to pit road, as yeah, Larson gonna get his tires changed there. So does Reddick, as all the leaders getting a quick change there, coming back out. We'll see if any of the order is shaked up a little bit here. Just making sure this is all set up on YouTube before we continue, as I got a second. But yeah, Ryan Blaney in the pit as well gets the front spot. It looks like Blaney is gonna get the two tires. Oh no, my bad. No, so Larson and Blaney got out ahead. Looked like that was a battle for the front, but yeah, Larson got four, Blaney got four. That was Bell, who I thought Blaney was. Then we got Herbst at fourth. We got Chastain, we got Reddick, then Briscoe, Cindric, Hocevar, and Wallace. Those are your top 10. As they're going to get back for the restart here in just one moment. But we head to another commercial break, and as we wait for a restart, we'll be back in quick moment. See scrambling, decides to go for it, gets the first down, and he's gonna go in. Touchdown! Giants!
Jackson Dart, what did I say? His ability.
Driving down the field, Jackson Dart back to throw, taking time, can't find an opening, as now he's gonna go find Robinson again, who's still in, going down, and he's gonna go in for the touchdown.
Oh my
wow,
gosh.
Your Giants.
Jackson Dart, what type of Giants are we watching?
So the cars pacing around, as only two cars wound up staying out. That is the 9 of Chase Elliott and the 21 of Josh Berry. Elliott, your winner a week ago or 2 weeks ago in Martinsville. Josh Berry has not won since the last race I've called, which is last year in Las Vegas, which was like the 5th race of the season. But we're going to have Elliott starting in first, Berry in second, Larson in third, Blaney in fourth, Bell in fifth, Herbst in sixth, Chastain comes in seventh, eighth is going to be Cindric. Those are your top cars, as we're 67 laps into this one. And yes, I brought back the 6-7 counter for today, because why not? But all cars are pacing as we're about to get started in a second. As we'll see how Josh Berry and Chase Elliott are able to do to start up out front here. 58 laps to go in the stage, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. Will their fuel affect them? Will Larson and Blaney be able to get around them fast, or will we have another lucky caution? Will they be able to stay up there, and will Berry and Elliott like get lucky? They'll catch a break there, and it won't affect them. But it'll be interesting to see what happens, as Elliott and Berry do make the gamble here. But both Ford and Chevy looking for their second win of the year. Too fast entering, Tyler Reddick is going to get a pit penalty. Too fast entering the pit, and Tyler Reddick's going to head to the back. But that means nothing. Tyler Reddick is so good that he could get back up there easily, and yeah, it's not going to affect him too much. But Tyler Reddick, just you gotta say, that's a rough start for him after coming in second in the poll, and that's going to put him to the back. So this could shake up his season for sure, as he has started off on fire. Already 4 wins for him this season. He started off the season 3-0 as well, but that is not a like that's a rough break for him there. Of course, Reddick, he was originally my pick to win this race. If you caught my Red Sox Cardinals stream yesterday, yes, I had Reddick winning, but now I may be, I might, I'm gonna keep Reddick in it, but I think Larson has a fast car today, and if you know, I'm a Larson fan, but I do think Larson has the car. It's almost been a year. I think it's actually been over it may have been over a year since his last win, and he is hungry to get another one. Yes, he won a championship like half a year ago, but he has not won a race for basically a year now. His last win, I believe, was in Kansas last year. But now we're back at the restart. Elliott and Barry in the front row. We go around turn one. Movement around as Larson goes on the outside. It's going to be 3 wide. Elliott, Berry, Larson as Bell comes around as well. Going past Elliott as now Larson's going to make the move to the front. Bell now in second as Blaney falls back to fifth. Bell in third, but Bell in second of the cars that pitted, as now Elliott already seeing the staying out effect as multiple cars pass him now. Blaney on his tail, Bell on Berry's tail. Berry not winning since Las Vegas of last year, but Josh Berry is trying to get his second Cup Series win. And I think it will be soon. But anyway, Larson's still up front as now Blaney makes the move for fourth. Bell in third now as Christopher Bell, yet to win this season, but he has put up great performances all season long so far. And my opinion, he may be the favorite. Yes, Reddick has the 4 wins. And honestly, Reddick's probably the favorite right now, but I feel like if the season would end today, I think Bell would be the champion. That's my opinion, just how he's been driving so far this year. But yeah, Larson pulling away now for the lead as Berry in second. In third, we have Christopher Bell. These 3 cars, pretty solid careers as they're showing they have fast cars today. Larson, Bell, and Blaney. It's going to be an interesting one as Larson out front currently. We got Chase Briscoe now battling as he has moved up 2 spots, as well as Carson Hocevar since the restart. Now movement around as Larson continues to pull away. Chastain losing some spots. Now Bubba Wallace is on him. I'm trying to take the 10th spot from him. Josh Berry in second, but Bell is getting closer and closer to him as they come around, making it very close here. Now movement as Larson continues to pull away. A great drive by Larson after this restart, making some room between him and Berry. However, Berry, it could be worse, as Berry is with a disadvantage of these cars that just pitted. Berry is going pretty good and fast with that car. Now movement around as we got Logano. This is battle for 24th on a Priest. He started 25th. Well, he started 20th. He's currently 25th as Ryan Priest is who he is trying to pass to move up a spot. 44 to go in the stage as Larson extends his lead to almost a second as now they're moving around as we got a long race today, 500 miles. As Larson continues to take it around the front. We look at battle now. We got Briscoe, Hosevard, and Cindric. The 3 cars are battling for 7th right now. As Cindric approaching Hostevard to try to take that 8th spot. Austin Cindric, he's been solid, been able to get like a win per season so far, but hasn't been able to do anything super special yet in his career and hasn't put himself in contention for a championship. But a solid at least one win a year for Team Penske for Austin Cindric. You look at Joey Logano, sits currently in 25th in 2022 and 2024. He won championships, and in those seasons he didn't really do good till the end. Will Joey Logano win another championship this year? If the pattern continues, 22, 24, now 26 every 2 years, will that pattern continue with Joey Logano? But now Chase Briscoe has Hosevard on his tail. He's going to stay up high. He's going to stay down low as he moves up high. Laps on tires so far. You take a look at this, Larson and the guys that just pitted only 24 laps. And meanwhile, Barry and Elliott with 87. Now movement around as Blaney is catching up to Bell now to try to take that third spot. Ryan Blaney, a fast car today, obviously fast as he did win qualifying, as Blaney is now on Bell's tail. Christopher Bell and Ryan Blaney fought for that win a few weeks back at Phoenix. There was a great battle till the end, but Blaney came out on top. Now they're taking it around. Blaney is getting closer to Bell here, as Josh Berry, meanwhile, is pulling away in that second spot, and caution comes out within the next 20 laps. Berry may catch a break, and he may be fighting for this win already with a fast car for Berry, even though, he's pit and these other cars have more fuel than him. Berry with a fast car, as we got Bowman out there. Alex Bowman sitting currently 30th. He started 27th. First race back after he missed a few races due to an illness, and he is back trying to do something for Hendrick. And you gotta say, he's gotten one win in the last 3 seasons. He's on the best team. Yes, he's still under contract, but is he fighting for his job? Yes, that Chicago win probably bought him another year or two on the contract, but yeah, Alex Bowman, he's been struggling basically since the 2022 season, and uh, and it brings a lot of question marks about him and his future with Hendrick, as now this is the 4th year he is having a rough season, not putting up good numbers, and the question's gonna be, is he gonna stay at Hendrick? Because he is taking up a 4th spot that I'm sure a lot of other better drivers want. And also, Bowman's not like an Austin Cindric or Ty Gibbs situation. So honestly, I think he may be moving on soon. But Larson, your leader, currently 2.29 seconds behind is Josh Berry, followed by Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, and those drivers are fighting in front, as we got 29 laps to go in the stage. Larson pulling ahead. These stage points will really help him with his case of the season. Larson, rough start of the season so far, still 0 wins, and he's trying to do something here, as Barry on top of Bell. Coming around, it's now 3 wide with Cody Ware, passing Cody Ware, probably triple lapping him, as Cody Ware, there's a reason why he's always in back, as Christopher Bell makes the move on Josh Berry, and Christopher Bell takes second place. Now we got Blaney on Berry's tail to try to also take the move. It looks like Berry is going to be slowing down here, as Ryan Blaney makes the move on Josh Berry. Now we got Bell and Blaney fighting for second, as Bell was able to pull ahead after the pass of Berry, passing Berry there. But Larson still around 3 seconds ahead. This shows the dominance Larson has on some short tracks. You look at Bristol, the spring race a year ago, Larson was victorious. He's trying to do it again, as Larson goes around. I believe Kansas was his last win. But as now Larson is trying to pull ahead here even more, as he has a 3-second gap and no caution, and it's looking good for him regarding a caution to be able to win the stage. as now Larson able to scooch by Nemechek as John Hunter Nemechek. You got to talk about him. He's a driver that, yeah, he's had a rough start to his Cup Series career, but he's gonna get better, and yeah, he's gonna get better. He'll be up there one day, I think, as he was pretty good in the Xfinity Series, and I think that driver has talent. Maybe not a championship, but I think you put on like Joe Gibbs or something, like maybe looking at like future like 3 to 5 win seasons, maybe even a championship down the line. But so you never say never. But now, Christopher Bell is gonna go around SVG there as Christopher Bell trying to catch up to Larson now. So he has some room between him and Blaney as they are pulling ahead. If you're tuning in, everyone tuning in, comment in the live chat. Who do you got winning this race? Now, currently second is Christopher Bell. He started 14th and has been moving up throughout. Lap 26, he was 8th. Lap 52 was 5th. Lap 78, he was 3rd, and now sitting in 2nd as he continues to move up. As Larson continues to lap cars, lapping Byron and Zilich there. Now, Kyle Larson has a fast car today, making his way through the field again in front, lapping multiple cars. That's a beauty that makes short tracks interesting. There's so much lapping. If you make a bad mistake or get penalized, you're still in it as you're still in the lead lap, and you may start like 15th or something, depending on how many cars get laps. But Josh Berry currently still sitting in 4th, but yeah, it's been a rough few laps for him losing those 2 spots, and obviously he is slowing down already 109 laps on those tires compared to the rest of the cars, which have much less. And yeah, that may loom. But you have the 66 car, who they put in this race, a car that we don't really see race much anymore, but they have rough they never really perform that good, and that car already off for today. Timmy Hill used to drive that car at the time. I remember the first race I was at, it was Timmy Hill who was like 3 laps behind everyone else in the 66. But yeah, Larson still your leader as Bell, however, is catching up now under 2 seconds as Christopher Bell has the speed here. As we got Elliott making the move on Chastain. He's trying to at least, and impressive that Elliott's able to do that with the tires being much older than Chastain's here. But Elliott looks like was losing pace now as they are just hoping for a caution. Berry hoping he'll be able to keep that 4th place spot to get some points here for the stage. As Josh Berry, you gotta look at that Team Penske squad when Logano eventually retires in about 10 years. Josh Berry may be the driver looking to take his place, or if he's not willing to wait, yeah, he may have some better options in the future as he has really performed in this 21 car for yeah, for that team. But we got movement around as Bell continues to catch up. Now only a little over 2 seconds as Larson still up front. Blaney in 3rd. We got Berry in 4th. Briscoe in 5th. You got to talk about Chase Briscoe. He's had a rough start of the season, but can never count Briscoe out. He's been able to have impressive finishes despite facing a lot of issues. You look at that Las Vegas race that Hamlin came out victorious. He had a penalty against him that put him back. He fought all the way back to 7th. If he didn't get that penalty, who knows? He may have won that race. So Briscoe, despite all his issues he's facing and he's not looking great in the standings right now. He's had he's been able to put up a great performances throughout the season. Just has not had the luck on his side. You look at Ty Gibbs, currently 15th. He's gone back and now trying to move up. But Ty Gibbs, also a great season for him. He fought for the battle for the win a few weeks ago, and in the race that Bell won, No, Blaney won in Phoenix, but at the end of the day, the inexperience compared to Blaney and Bell did catch up to him. But you gotta look at Ty Gibbs. He's young and he's putting himself in the battle for most of these races. He won the in-season tournament last year and still winless in his Cup Series career, but yeah, he's a hungry driver, and you saw what he did in the Xfinity Series. His first win is going to come soon, and I think it's going to be very soon. Most likely this year for sure. As we got 2 laps to go on the stage. Kyle Larson still a second and a half ahead. And it looks like that'll be enough regarding a rough miracle. But you got Denny Hamlin. Yes, let's boo him. We should gotta add like a boo sound into the stream. Yeah, I don't think anyone likes Denny Hamlin. I still don't. And yeah, Denny Hamlin fights for 6th now, and we come around. Battle to the finish. Larson wins the stage, but what I was saying about Hamlin, yeah, Denny Hamlin is someone that you gotta like. He puts himself in it. He's a dangerous driver that could steal the race at the end or do so much damage. But Kyle Larson crosses the line first part by Christopher Bell and Ryan Blaney, and those are your results for stage 1. Larson wins the first stage, but we'll be right back in a quick moment as Larson wins stage 1. Sports Cam comes into this game at 0-2, double tap 0-1, and both teams hyped for a great matchup. It's going to be movement for double tap right away. As it's going to be taken as Sports Cam able to take it back. Now Gerasimos with it. It's going to find his teammate there. That's going to be the 11 of Haplin. Going to be double tap, who's in control of the ball now. It's Keaton able to deny and on it. Movement now, double tap. Pulling it again as a movement for double tap. Gonna find each other there as it goes from behind. Tries to get the goal, and Keaton is gonna be able to stop another one. Pulling the ball right now as Stewart tries to get his foot on it, but double tap takes it around as now they try to get it up for the goal, and another stop by Keaton. Giving pressure, Sports Cam as Gerasimos now comes up with it. Gerasimos moves it. But it's going to be double tap who's able to push it off to the side and take it on back. Is now double tap, now fast pace moving down. Double tap. Has his foot on it. Tries to find his teammate there. As now it's loose, but he's able to come up with it as they put it up. And it's going to slide on in as double tap is going to take a 2-0 lead from the right. Able to do a high kick and put it into the goal. What a goal there by double tap. It's going to be Sports Cam who takes it on back. Now Steven has it. Steven back. Sports Cam movement as Steven has a foot on it. And loose ball now. Gerasimos able to come up with it. It's going to find Shane as it goes back out to Steven. And it's going to be taken back by double tap. But Gerasimos able to take it back. A strong start by Gerasimos. Movement for double tap. As Steven gets a foot on it, tries to take it back, but number 12 for double tap, able to hold on. As now movement is going to find a 23. 23 with it. Back out to 7. Movement now as double tap's going to take it past the logo. As Stewart with a kick, it's going to find Gerasimos, but double tap takes it right back as it goes back out to Stewart, who's going to find Gerasimos again. 12 with it, tries to get a far goal, and another great stop by Keaton there, able to put his body in front of it to deny the goal. Back out, ball up in the air as gonna come loose as double tap already back with it. Movement for double tap as a Sports Cam. Great defense there, but double tap, a few passes there to get it down the field. Fast movement now, but Steven able to get in front as double tap goes around, and it's going to go in for the goal as double tap is going to be able to get another one, and that's going to make it a 3-0 lead for double tap here as they extend their lead in this one, Jake. FC takes on back now. Geronimo with it. The coach taking it down now as Geronimo sends it back out. It's going to find Steven. As now Steven movement around. He's taking it down the field. Back out. Now with it, Sports Cam FC trying to send it in and double tap, able to deny the goal from above as 23 takes it on back. Yeah, Sports Cam as well having a big fan club tonight. We've heard them cheering for them all night. We've heard even the Jets chant, and it's gonna slide on in for another one. Now, number one with it for double tap. Now slowing it down a bit as Drosmos tries to get in the way, and the ball's going to roll, and he's going to try to save it from going out of bounds, but it doesn't work out as it's going to be Sport Cam's FC's ball. And great job there by Drosmos to get in the way. Currently up 4-0. Both teams looking to get their first win of the season. Right now it is looking pretty good for double tap as now they're going to take it down fast. Sets it up for the goal and it's going to go in. And double tap extends their lead to 5-0 as it's able to go in. Slides off to the left of Stewart and it's going to go in as double tap is going to add another one to the board. Stewart tries to block it, but it goes and squeezes in through the left, and double tap extends their lead. It is going to be double tap who's going to take it 5-0 in this one. Throughout, they were the dominant team, able to get it down the field multiple times. But Sports Cam, a great effort, a great fanfare tonight. But I'm Ben Silk here at Jake Clark. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Down the last play as Dart goes back out. Taking his time, he's gonna see scrambling, decides to go for it, gets the first down, and he's gonna go in. Touchdown! Giants!
Jackson Dart, what did I say? His ability.
Driving down the field, Jackson Dart back to throw, taking time, can't find an opening as now he's gonna go find Robinson again, who's still in, going down, and he's gonna go in for the touchdown.
Oh
wow,
gosh.
Your Giants.
Jackson Dart, what type of Giants are we watching?
Welcome back now as the cars head to the pit after the stage, and here is the look at the lineup now. No cars stayed out, so we'll have Kyle Larson starting up front again, followed by Christopher Bell, then Chase Briscoe, then Denny Hamlin, Josh Berry getting up there. It's going to work out for him. He'll be 5th. Then you got Carson Hostfar in 6th, Ryan Blaney back to 7th, Riley Herbst in 8th, Austin Cindric in 9th, Bubba Wallace in 10th, Ty Gibbs in 11th, Ross Chastain in 12th, Chris Buescher in 13th, Daniel Suarez in 14th, Chase Elliott in 15th, followed by Stenhouse in 16th, Brad Keselowski in 17th, Joey Logano in 18th, Zane Smith 19th, Austin Dillon 20th. 21st is AJ Allmendinger, followed by Noah Gregson. In 23rd is Michael McDowell. Then we got Eric Jones, Ryan Priest in 25th, Kyle Busch in 26th, Tyler Reddick in 27th. After that pit road penalty, fighting back already in 27th. And then you got Connor Zilick in 28th. Todd Gill in 29th. SVG is going to be 30th. Alex Bowman 31st. Dylan 32nd. Cody Ware is 33rd. Surprising that he's up that high. Cole Custer 34th. John Hunter Nemechek 35th. William Byron 36th. And Chad Furman 37th. And Christopher Bell will have a speeding penalty, and this shakes things up. Christopher Bell has had a phenomenal day. So has Tyler Reddick, and both of them have been affected by speeding penalties here. And this is going to change things up for sure. And that's going to put Denny Hamlin in the front row. That is not what we needed here, as Larson and Hamlin will start neck and neck against each other. Briscoe and Hosevard in the row behind him, as we're going to have a battle which some says is probably the biggest rivalry in NASCAR, though best friends in real life. We got Larson and Hamlin next to each other there as we're off, and Larson's able to pull ahead. The move up front now is going to take the front lane, cutting off Hamlin, but Hamlin sitting in second. Denny Hamlin, followed by Briscoe. Briscoe's now on the outside of Hamlin, trying to grab that second spot from Hamlin. As Briscoe goes on the inside now, Briscoe takes second, but Larson still up front. Kyle Larson at this moment able to pull away as we got a move by Josh Berry. Josh Berry has the speed, and Josh Berry is pulling ahead in this one. Here comes Josh Berry now, battling for Briscoe for second as he goes on top of Briscoe. Berry has a fast car since the brake bus slip up there is going to put Berry back. Briscoe able to pull back ahead. Berry has some speed still. He is still in this, able to get around Hamlin's car. Now movement for Berry there. See, he almost spins out Hamlin, able to save that there. Goes in front. Or, my correction, Hamlin's almost trying to spin him out. But, yeah, Berry able to hold on. Stage points in stage one. He had Kyle Larson getting 10 stage points. Gonna help him out for sure. And look at Hamlin with 5, but already fighting for this lead after that pit stop. Now movement around as Blaney, who was dominating the first part of this race and then fighting for the lead with Larson. He's now back to 6th after that pit stop and fighting for the 6th spot with Carson Hostevard as a 5th spot. As now go around Denny Hamlin's car, not too fast today as he's already losing some spots. In the meantime, Larson able to pull ahead, but Briscoe has caught up to him a little bit more as Briscoe is a little under a half of second behind Larson. Right now, we got a battle between from 2nd to 6th, a close battle there. As Christopher Bell's having more issues as he's going to spin out, and it's going to bring out the caution. Christopher Bell, after having a great first stage, everything has gone wrong for him. And this is not the day you wanted for Christopher Bell, a driver that, when he's at the top of his game, he is unstoppable. But when you have some mistakes like you're seeing today, yeah, that's what affected him majorly. And the future champion in the league having another issue. So Christopher Bell is going to slip into the wall, spins the car out, tries to take the pit, and yeah, we head to a commercial break as the caution comes on out. A rough break for Christopher Bell. As, yeah, Christopher Bell. That's not what we wanted to see, and yeah, Christopher Bell. Gotta say. But we'll be back in a quick moment.
Down the last play as Dart goes back out. Taking his time, he's gonna see scrambling, decides to go for it, gets the first down, and he's gonna go in, touchdown! Giants! Jackson Dart, what did I say? His ability shot down the field. Jackson Dart back to throw. Taking time, can't find an opening as now he's going to go find Robinson again, who's still in, going down, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. Oh wow, your Giants. Jackson Dart, what type of Giants are we watching?
Zero idea who's going to win the East. Zero. I mean, obviously, I think the Celtics are cooked without Tatum and Porzingis and Drew Holiday. The Pacers are cooked without Miles Turner and Halliburton. The Knicks and the Cavs are going to be favored. But let me say this, and it's a big damn if. If the Sixers could get healthy, if the Sixers could get healthy, they could win the East. As far as the West, OKC is a team to beat. But the Rockets, with the addition of Kevin Durant, they're going to be tough, man. The Nuggets got the best player in the world in the Joker. They went out and got him some help finally. So, but I would still pick OKC. So, man, it's going to be fascinating watching the basketball this year.
Number 8 is Cadeau puts it up, and it's gonna go on in. Back down Johnson in the paint. Creevis puts it up, and it's good. Now with it is gonna be Del Orso, as Del Orso puts it up for the 3, and Del Orso's tonight. It's gonna be Cadeau now. Back tomorrow. It's like we're calling these two names every second. To Lundeborg. Lundeborg from 3, and it's BAM!
Getting the domination in this one, but they've really shown up here. Great.
Cadeau, is he feeling himself? Yes, he is! Michigan is gonna win this one 91-73. Michigan is looking to bring a national championship back to Ann Arbor. And yeah, they're gonna play UConn, led by Dan Hurley and his stud of the players. That's gonna be one heck of a game.
Welcome on back. Sorry about that delay, as we now got the live scorebug, we'll say, up here in this one. Got the live stats, as you're going to be able to take a look at what is going on here. But so we have the live score bug during the race. Hopefully it updates. But 26 laps in the second stage. Larson will be up front at this restart, followed by Briscoe, then Josh Berry, then Denny Hamlin. Carson Hocevar in 5th, Blaney in 6th, as the restart's going to start on off, and Berry and Larson in the front row. Larson makes the move in front of Berry, as looks like the outside is the better line for today, as Briscoe able to make the move on Berry again. We're trying to, but Berry has the speed now, but Briscoe able to pull up front now. Briscoe sitting in 2nd, as Larson pulling away in the meantime. Denny Hamlin fighting for the 4th spot as he goes on the outside, followed by Ryan Blaney. Larson gaining speed here as Larson continues to pull ahead. So now it's going to be a movement around as Larson continues to pull ahead. Briscoe in 2nd, followed by Josh Berry in 3rd, Carson Hocevar in 4th, Ryan Blaney in 5th, Denny Hamlin 6th, as Denny Hamlin tries to make the move, But Blaney says otherwise, as Blaney is able to pull back to take that 5th spot. But Hamlin giving up a fight here as those two are battling head to toe right now, as both Blaney and Hamlin has had solid seasons, already wins for them respectively this season, looking to get their 2nd win. And they've been doing pretty good, both in like high points of their career. Denny Hamlin high point at age 44 of his career, and he's still winning races. It's pretty impressive. But yeah, Larson movement around as he is pulling ahead, has the speed here, as we got Briscoe in 2nd, Barry in 3rd. Joey Logano, meanwhile, has been gaining some spots now, currently in 10th place after the restart. And what a day for Joey Logano, able to get up there. We got a 4-car crash. SVG, Nemechek, Bowman in his first race back, and SVG are the ones involved, and that is not what Larson wanted to see after that restart. However, he's been doing pretty good at the restart so far, so that may not affect him. But Alex Bowman involved in that, a rough 4-car crash. They all go into each other in his first race back, and wheels are shaking up there, and we see some damage on that right rear. SVG involved as well. SVG, his 2nd season as a full-time driver in the Cup Series, had 5 wins a season ago, all road courses. But so he has been struggling so far this season, and his only good finish was 2nd place at, I forget, why am I forgetting the track name? I believe it was Road America, and that's a road course. The track they got in 2nd is a road course, to no surprise. But Reddick, also a great road course driver, was able to take that one. We'll take a look at that. Todd Gilliland was the other driver involved. Nemechek, Bowman, and SVG. But Gilliland at least able to drive around, not as much damaged as the other 3. And it looks like these cars are going to still be able to continue. Bowman's wheel a little damaged as it's shaking up there. I think the steering, that at least that front right wheel, having some issues, and we'll see if they're able to fix it. But as we got the caution, we head to commercial break, and Larson still the leader here. As there's an updated leaderboard. I guess I'm gonna have to refresh every time, but at least we got an updated leaderboard. But we head to commercial break. We'll be right back in a quick moment. Stay right here. So I'm here with
Brian Westbrook.
And the first question I'm wondering is, who's the toughest team you've played in your career as an NFL player?
The toughest team was probably one of the Minnesota Vikings team. They had a really good defensive line, some big guys up front, Kevin and Pat Williams, but they were a very physical football team.
And growing up, who is an NFL player you looked up to?
Walter Payton. Walter Payton was the best running back ever in my book, and he's one of those guys that worked his butt off in the all season, and something that I emulated as a young man.
And just looking at this NFL season, your thoughts so far? Who's going to win the Super Bowl, you think, so far?
The Eagles. Of course, the Eagles will win.
Eagle. And finally, what's your most proudest moment in your career?
The proudest moment is the 3 days my kids were born.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Number 8 is Cadeau puts it up, and it's gonna go on it. Back down Johnson in the paint. Creeves puts it up, and it's good. Now with it is going to be Del Orso as Del Orso puts it up for the 3. And Del Orso's
tonight. It's going to be Cadeau now. Back tomorrow. It's like we're calling these two names every second. To Lundeborg. Lundeborg from 3. And it's BAM!
Again, the domination in this one, but they have really shown up here. Great.
Cadeau, is he feeling himself? Yes, he is! Michigan is going to win this one 91-73. Michigan is looking to bring a national championship back to Ann Arbor. And
being guarded by Ananobi, goes back out to Pritchard. Now Pritchard finds Hauser. Sam Hauser goes up and Sam Hauser.
Ananobi gives it to Deuce. Deuce back out to Towns. Towns for 3. And it's good!
Now finds Carl Anthony Towns back out to Ananobi by the basket. Finds Carl Anthony Towns from beyond the 3 line, and that is gonna go on.
Hauser for the 3. It misses. Knicks get the ball back.
Jalen Brunson, fast move down the court, goes up for the 3. That's number 0. Clark Brunson goes up for the 3. Bam, off the rim, does not go in.
Pass it back out to OG for 3. And OG makes the 3 with the 5-second clock. Go.
With a nice pass to Brunson.
Welcome back now as look at the start after this caution. Not many changes here. Kyle Larson will be your leader. And this is the car is a line on up. Briscoe. Then we got Barry, Hostevard, Blaney, Hamlin, Wallace, Ross Chastain, Ty Gibbs, and Joey Logano, your top 10. Start things off. Josh Berry, after taking the gamble to stay out earlier, he's been able to keep himself in it now, sitting in third, looking to get more points to get in the fight for the championship at the end of the season, being one of the 16 cars to make the playoffs for the points battle for this championship this year. That's going to be interesting to see for sure. We'll talk more about that as we move later on in the race. So now we're going to get set for the choose here as Larson and Briscoe both go on the outside. Barry and Hostevard take the inside, so Larson and Barry in the front row once again. Row 3, Hamlin on the outside, Wallace on the inside. Row 4, Blaney on the outside, Chastain on the inside. And then row 5, Logano on the outside, Gibbs on the inside. Those make up your top 10 as these cars are backed out. Restart ranks this season. We'll take a look at that so far. Briscoe sits second. Meanwhile, Larson sits sixth. 2 cars to keep an eye out for restarts, as both of them are in the outside here and probably gonna gain some momentum. As we line back up now, start stage number 2, lap 168 as we're back off. Green flag here in Bristol. So Larson's going to pull ahead already. Larson up front. Movement now for Larson as he's going to pull it away. Larson pulling as here comes Briscoe. Briscoe coming around as he makes the move on Barry. As Briscoe able to pull to second. Like that stat just said, 2 cars that are great at restarts showing up here. As we got a Larson and Briscoe battle here as Briscoe trying to get closer. Now movement for Blaney and Hamlin as they're trying to gain spots. A rough restart for them as now they're sitting in the 8-9 spot here with Logano now fighting with them as now Blaney able to pull up front, pull ahead as he's going to try to catch up to Wallace now to Hostevard. Movement around as Blaney makes the movement to 5th, followed by Hamlin, but Bubba Wallace, good friends in real life, both of them battling it out right there with Blaney and Wallace. As now Gibbs gonna try to make the move, and Gibbs on the outside to make the move on Cindric for the 10th place spot. As we see, we got Kyle Larson followed by Chase Briscoe, who is 0.67 seconds behind. And yeah, Briscoe still in this battle, but Larson showing he has a fast car today. It's now going to be movement around as Hamlin losing some spots, goes on the outside as now Cindric catching up to Hamlin. Noah Gragson is moving up as now he sits in the 10th spot. Noah Gragson had a rough start to his career, but in the Cup Series, but today he is showing he's putting his car up there and showing that maybe he could do something. Now movement as his cars continue to go around. It's gonna be movement around as you got Ballas who bangs into Logano. Logano sent up the track a bit. Now you take a movement. They look at Blaney moving around, takes a move around Hostevard, and Blaney in fourth. Blaney continues to move up as Denny Hamlin continues to fall back, now in eighth after his mistake a moment ago. As Blaney movement now on Barry, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, and Josh Berry, and Austin Cindric all in the top 10, all Penske cars and their associate car also there sitting in third. Larson continues to pull ahead, however, as you take a look at Joey Logano currently in sixth. What a move! Starting from 20th, went up to 16th as he fell back to 25th, but now from 17th to 6th since lap 135. And Joey Logano having a solid day here as Reddick. Keep an eye on him. He's been moving up as well. As he is currently 14th, battling back from that pit road speeding penalty. And like I said, you can never count him out. Reddick's that good. He's going to be fighting for the win. Doesn't matter what you say. Except if that happened in like the final 20 laps, like he always finds a way to get back into it. Sitting in 14th as now Larson continues to pull ahead. As Larson's going to take it around. Movement for Larson as he continues, and he's going to pull away. Just a great job by Larson, able to drive the line that he wants to drive, to be able to gain the speed there, as right now there is no cars he has to work on passing, and Larson just gaining time using that space to gain seconds. But now Blaney makes the move on Berry for third. Ryan Blaney back up to third, has a fast car today, and Blaney back in it after that rough restart, losing some spots as Blaney makes it back to third. Larson still up front, 63 laps into stage 2. 313 laps left to go in this race. 189 in so far as Blaney catching up to Briscoe. Meanwhile, we take a look in the back. Reddick continues to move up some spots as Reddick now up to 13th on Gregson now as he tries to make the move. 65 laps in this one. And it is currently Larson who continues to pull ahead in this one. Your leaderboard right now is Larson first. In second, you got Briscoe, followed by Ryan Blaney. Then you got Josh Berry. After that, see if I can get an updated board for you on the score thing. A little more updated. But yeah, Larson still up front here as Ryan Blaney is going to try to take the spot for third on Briscoe. The move for Blaney goes underneath and makes the move under him under the track, and Blaney up to second. Blaney's got speed here now as he is now coming for that lead spot with Larson, but Larson still almost over 2 seconds in front of Blaney as lap 70 in stage 2 as Blaney continues to get closer and closer to Larson now. Ryan Blaney having a speed engine here as it is a Chevy and Ford battle right now for this lead. Something that surprised to be saying after how the season has gone with a Toyota win, a Toyota win, a Toyota win. 5 Toyota wins so far. 4 of them, of course, by Reddick. And yeah, it's been a year really dominated by Toyota for sure. But yeah, we're back now in stage 2 and lap 198 as Larson has dominated this stretch of the race, currently up front as he makes the move now on Cody Ware. Easy pass there. Cody Ware tries to make it a bit difficult for him, but an easy pass as Larson able to take it by Cody Ware. And Byron having a rough day. He's going to be lapped once again as now Blaney catching up to Byron as well. William Byron, this is not the day he wanted. Just had a rough start of the season, still winless on the year. William Byron's a guy that usually is able to get a win or two this early in the season. But not this year, as he has been struggling. But he is a solid driver for the Hendrick team and a driver that's always has fight in him, and he's a great point driver. Like you look at how Byron's put up his numbers, like his wins over the summer. Like he usually has droughts over the summer, but his points has helped him. Like yeah, the points that he has gotten, even with like his rough losses last second, the points that he scores and top finishes he's gotten has helped him out a ton. It's helped him get to the championship 4 and last year and win a championship a few years ago. But you gotta say, yeah, Byron, great at top high finishes for sure. But Larson still your leader. Larson's another driver that's good at that as well. He only had 3 wins last season, but was able to use his high finishes to put himself into the championship 4, get himself there, and eventually win the championship. Larson now pulling ahead. Blaney getting closer, however, with 1.3 second advantage now only for Larson. As take a look, Ty Gibbs and Bubba Wallace are fighting for the 8th spot as I take a look at Briscoe now coming by Byron as Briscoe's falling behind Blaney as that Blaney car has some speed. Hosavard catching up to Briscoe as well. Hosavard followed by Barry, then Joey Logano, Hamlin in 7th, Gibbs in 8th, Wallace in 9th, Cindric in 10th. 44 laps to go in stage 2 as Larson continues to go around. Larson still your leader, followed by Blaney. Blaney getting closer and closer here, and Kyle Larson, you gotta say, yeah, he's been having good performances, but he hasn't been able to get that win for a minute. Yes, the championship win he was able to get by pure luck. Even as a Larson fan, I'm still gonna say it was pure luck, just how like it came out to be. They wound up changing the playoff format because of it, which honestly I disagree with. He did win it fair and square, but what are you gonna say? But yeah, Kyle Larson. Yeah, Kyle Larson. He's a great driver, just hasn't been able to get from beyond the arc and get that win in the past year. It's been a rough year for him as he's gotten so many second place or close finishes. And Kyle Larson's that driver that you look at his stats in 2020 when he had 10 wins. I think at least 3, maybe even more of the seasons since then. Maybe even all of them, you may say. He's driven like a 10, he's driven like a driver getting 10 wins of the season. And he's had so many last minute losses, unlucky losses. This is a driver that you could compare to Pato O'Ward in IndyCar. Yes, Larson has a championship, but so many second place finishes and so many just unlucky things happening to him at the end, from crashes to passes. Just so many races that Larson could have won and wound up not, but it's gonna be and hopefully that is something that does not happen today, but it's gonna be Larson who leads right now, looking to get his first win in almost a year. Well, he won this race last year as 36 laps to go in stage 2. Gonna bring it around. Larson continues to bring it around, but Blaney's getting closer now, under a second, as he tries to make the move on Ty Dillon. And with the trap traffic, Blaney is catching up more and more. But it's been an eventful one as we head to a commercial break, a 4-car crash, but we're doing side by side as Larson continues to pull ahead. Blaney on the tail. As now Blaney's catching up to Larson, we have a potential battle for the lead here. As here comes Blaney. Blaney on the tail of Larson. We got lap cars. We got Herbst and Chandler Smith as they're trying to make the pass. As Larson goes up the outside, Blaney on the inside. But Larson using the outside advantage that has worked for him all day to pull ahead. But Blaney now on the turn, catching up here. He's getting it to under 0.3 seconds as Blaney now has the speed on Larson and is looking to pull back up front. Here comes Blaney with a lot of speed as Herbst able to pull ahead of Larson. Interesting move. Interesting to see that Herbst may have a faster car here, despite where they both sit on the leaderboards, as Larson continues to pull ahead, followed by Blaney just inches behind him. Larson faster movement now as Larson pulls ahead. Herbst sits in between them as Blaney getting and inching closer and closer to Larson, as now Blaney is making this a very close battle. He's able to get by Herbst. Now Larson, however, gaining some speed here to pull back ahead. We have a move of Denny Hamlin on Josh Berry. Hamlin moving up the field as he's on the outside of Berry, and Hamlin's going to take 5th place from him. But Josh Berry not giving up so fast, and he comes back up the inside. But Hamlin has the momentum. He has the speed, able to pull up front. Tries to go on the inside, and Hamlin has 5th place. Hamlin now pulling ahead as Kyle Larson and the Ryan Blaney battle still similar to where it was a moment ago. Larson able to gain some speed now. But when they catch up to some more lap traffic, this battle is going to be interesting. That is for sure. But you got a packed house here in Bristol. And who will win it? Will Chase Briscoe win Bristol? That would be pretty fun. I don't think he has won here yet. But yeah, we need that to happen for NASCAR sometime soon. He almost won Bristol Dirt a few years ago, but didn't work out. Yeah, Bristol Dirt. As we'll get back to Bristol Dirt. Ryan Blaney on the tail of Larson now. This is the battle for the lead. 23 laps to go on the stage. The lead and potentially the stage. As Blaney underneath Larson. He's coming around. But Larson able to stay up. moves the car up to gain some speed here. And as they approach Suarez, the lap traffic affecting these guys as Larson's able to make the move. The Chevrolets helping each other out there as Larson's able to go around, but Blaney sneaks by Suarez, trying to sneak by Suarez as well. As Suarez lets Larson by, will Suarez get in the way of Blaney to help his fellow Chevrolet out? Now movement up the track, Larson gets close to the wall there to gain movement, and 20 laps to go. Larson back in control of this one now, a half a second ahead of Blaney. This has been an intense battle between Larson and Blaney as they move around. Will Blaney be able to get by Larson? Now movement as take a look at Tyler Reddick back in 14th, but he has moved up throughout this one, and from coming back from the pit road penalty, he has had a great drive. And Alex Bowman involved in the wreck. It looked like his tire was damaged too much, his tire latch. And yeah, Alex Bowman checked out of the infield care center, and Alex Bowman luckily is going to be okay in this one. And yeah, he was involved in that wreck in lap 160 with 3 other cars. Alex Bowman, in his first race back, already done for the day. As now Hamlin makes a move on Briscoe as Denny Hamlin able to pass Briscoe for third place. The 2 Gibbs cars battle for that third place spot as the Gibbs cars and Hamlin has some speed here. Hamlin now going to Blaney as that battle for Blaney before that eventually pushed Hamlin back, but now Hamlin gaining some speed and is coming for that top spot. Right now, second spot to Blaney and top spot with Larson. As yeah, Larson taking it around. He has a fast car today. 14 laps to go in the stage, and 2:38 so far in this race as 13 laps to go. Brad Keselowski, a solid day, has brought his car up to 11th. The Boston sports fan moving his car up, and Brad Keselowski, gotta look forward for that New Hampshire Red Sox paint scheme coming up. But till then, it has been, yeah, he has been a solid car throughout the year, and he's had a good season. He's had some hints of a good season. I forget what track it was. He put himself in it. I think it was. I believe it was actually Atlanta. Well, Atlanta brings up a lot of question marks because it's a super speedway, but still, Brad Keselowski, a driver, he's older, but he still has it. He is a 20. He's your 2020. He's your 2012 champion, and he still has some power and hunger in him as he enters this late stretch of his career. As yeah, Larson continues to gain the speed, but these lap cars are passing both Blaney and Larson here as they try to fight till the end of the stage as these other cars with newer tires here in the back of the field now as we see Larson and Blaney slowing down a bit as Blaney continues to catch up to Larson here. 7 laps to go in stage number 2. Larson looking to sweep the stages, these 10 points, something that will help Larson a ton, and who knows? Every point matters because it may come down, the championship may come down to 1 point in 2024. Larson lost the championship, or the regular season championship, by 1 point to Tyler Reddick. So that just shows you every point counts. Every spot counts as Larson continues to pull ahead. As Blaney on the up, as he tries to pass Suarez, but Suarez makes the move as Larson tries to pull ahead. tries to swing in front of Suarez. He is not able to do so as Suarez continues to have speed. 4 to go now in the stage. Blaney right there, but Larson gaining momentum now as he's able to pull ahead with another car next to him, not giving Blaney room to pass him as Larson tries to take the lead. Suarez just there on the side and not giving Blaney the chance to make the pass. Suarez goes underneath Larson to try and make the pass. And yeah, this is the battle for the lead right now with Larson and Blaney, but Suarez giving the leaders some issues here as now 2 laps to go in this one. You have Larson, who still your leader here as it's Suarez who is right there. It seems like a battle for the lead, but it's Suarez in 25th, a lap down. It's Blaney and Larson fighting for it as Larson's able to take it across the line, and Larson is going to sweep the stages here at Bristol. Your stage 2 winner, Kyle Larson, followed by Ryan Blaney, then Denny Hamlin. Chase Briscoe in 4th, Hostevar in 5th, Barry in 6th, Logano in 7th, Reddick and Gibbs in 8th, Wallace in 9th, and Cindric in 10th. That does it for stage 2. Stay right here, and we'll be right back in a moment.
Finds Kelly. Kelly now with it. Back out to Brush. Passing it around. It's going to go up and it's going to go in. Camlin Violante is going to get it in. A great goal there for Camlin V.O.
A fumble. This could be game. A fumble. Let's wait to hear what the refs say. And the Somers Tuskers will get a ball back. The Tuskers will advance.
It's going to be a hit. Goes up. It goes far. And it's going to go out. Grand slam for the Tuskers. The Tuskers get a grand slam. D'Ambrosio hits it, or seals it, goes up for the 2, and it goes in! The Tuskers are going to make the game 15, stored by Kemming to Santora, it goes in! What an end to the first half! To throw, and it's a pick, going to the 10, to the 5, pick 6 to start off the game. Tuskers, touchdown, Logan Ruby. Duo tie in this one is Antonecchia, back to throw, goes up, and it's gonna be caught by Schmidt, brother. Touchdown, Tuskers. Julia Schmidt with a phenomenal catch there. Santora up for the 3, and it goes in for the Tuskers. Trying to find the opening as it's gonna go with his Kelly. It's gonna go in. Mason Kelly gets his first goal of the day for the Tuskers. Let's bang on the drum all day as it goes in. That's Mason Kelly with it. It's gonna be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back to around the 20 in the front, but we got Farmingdale formation-wise, pretty much spread out all in front of the net right now. But with 3 defenders right there, trying to prevent it from going, Somers are going to need to sneak it in there as it goes up, and Iglesias does just that as Miguel Iglesias gets it in for the Tuskers. And now,
Game of the season, doubted to three-peat. Thought Mayopac would be the number 1 team, and the Somers Tuskers make history. The Somers Tuskers are your 2024 Class A New York State Class A champions. The Somers Tuskers have done it, making history.
2-1, and your Somers Tuskers are your New York State Class C lacrosse state champions. This is their first ever lacrosse state championship win, and they have done it.
Welcome back now as cars head into pit lane for the start of stage number 3. And as they take a moment to pit, yeah, let's see battle out from pit row. It's going to be Larson and Hamlin as they go take it. Larson, I think they're saying Hamlin got it. Denny Hamlin's going to be starting up front. And of course, Larson loses lead to Hamlin. It was a photo finish to the line. No, that's Larson. The things that Hamlin got, but yeah, Larson wins the race out of pit road, and Larson will have the front spot here. Photo finish battle. What a battle between the rivals there, and we're gonna have Larson and Hamlin in the front row when we start momentarily. That's gonna be an interesting battle, that is for sure. But we'll be back in a second. Gonna go up and it's gonna go in. Hamlin Violante is gonna get it in. A great goal there for Hamlin. Oh.
Huskers as Brett Kennedy will take it all the way. Garnett's offense is 0 points this lead in this one. That's going to be caught there, and right after that, a big catch. As it's going to be Shoemaker with the catch down. Miller finds Shoemaker. There's Miller, goes back out to throw, goes up high, and it's going to caught. Is that Shoemaker? Yes, it is. Who else but Henry Shoemaker as that goes in, and the Garnets get
Back. Goes deep.
Did they just do it again? That's exactly what they needed to do. What a catch by Shoemaker as he's going to be just short of the touch. Goes out as Glacius back out to throw, and it's going to find, that's going to be Jackson Whipple in for the touchdown. What a play.
Miller's going to keep it himself, and he's going to score. Miller with time. Looks downfield, and he's going to get caught. That's going to be Shoemaker with his second touchdown of the day. This duo is unstoppable.
As Miller is going to take it, and that's going to be a touchdown. You back off, and it's going to go to that's number 12, and it's going to be a touchdown. The Garnets going out there as that will do it. They're going to celebrate there a huge win, and you're as their deep receiver there as Iglesias back out to throw. It's going to find, that's Brett Kennedy.
We were muted this whole time. My bad. But yeah, Larson up front as Hamlin sits in second, Briscoe in third, Logano in fourth. Larson up front as he continues to pull ahead. Now, a great restart for Larson as it was Larson and Briscoe who were in the front row, and at the end of the day, it was Larson who was back out up front, followed by Hamlin, who was able to get by Briscoe. Now movement as Logano tries to make the move as well, but we got Larson in front, Hamlin following him, trying to catch up, and Briscoe in third. Blaney goes back to seventh on that restart. A rough break for Blaney as now Logano trying to make a move up to third on Briscoe. Doesn't have the speed in the corner. Race update lap 44. After a great start for Christopher Bell, he sits in 32nd and 3 laps down. A rough day for Christopher Bell, and it looks like it may be a little too late for him. As Reddick now up to 9th place. What a day for Reddick, coming back from that penalty, now back in it. As now Larson continues to pull out up front, but Hamlin staying close with Larson here, trying to make this a battle. Go around now as we're a little bit past midway in this one as Joey Logano tries to go on the inside up by Hostevard, but Hostevard is giving him a fight. You got the Gibbs car sitting 2, 3, 4 besides Bell, and the Gibbs cars have doing a solid job after that restart, but none of them were able to get by Kyle Larson, who is still up front. Gibbs cars, just talk about the Toyotas in general. A great season, great job by the Gibbs cars getting high finishes as well, and yeah, making a lot of the race excitement about them. But luckily today, Larson saying otherwise, and he is trying to have a rebound race as his last win comes last April, I believe. And yeah, it's been a minute since he has won. He should have won Las Vegas this past October, but Denny Hamlin wound up stealing that race last second from him. Now 2:28 left in this one. Movement around as Logano trying to take it, but yeah, Blaney not trying to pass Logano. Blaney just trying to help his teammate stay out there as now Logano is trying to gain some spots up to fifth now, as him and Blaney both pass Hosevard. Now movement with 2:27 laps left as we take back a look back at something that just happened. Elliott, we had 4 cars going by, and that was Christopher Bell, who was banged and goes into the wall again. Just another bad day for Christopher Bell. Luckily able to keep the car going, not causing a caution there. But Christopher Bell, his rough day just continues here at Bristol. Since that stage 1, it's been all downhill for Bell. Now movement around as coming around now. Larson still up front. And you take a look at Chase Elliott. He made the gamble earlier with Josh Berry to stay out, and that has kept him in it. And now battling for 14th. And yeah, Chase Elliott's put up a good day, been able to stay in the top 15 since he decided to stay out, and it's put him in it. And maybe with a gamble, he could possibly steal another win. He has the speed as well now. As take a look as we have Blaney coming on the outside of Gibbs, and Ryan Blaney is going to take 4th place from Ty Gibbs. Blaney showing his speed here as he's trying to catch up to Larson and Hamlin, who are fighting for the lead. Still in the way, you got Chase Briscoe, who's had a solid day as well, but not as fast as the cars like Denny Hamlin and Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson. Now movement as we take a look at the battle for 14th here, or 15th as Elliott moves back. It's Todd Gillen on Elliott's tail as you look at Denny Hamlin sitting in second right now. As he is a fast car, he's a tenth of a second quicker from Larson at this moment, and Will Larson, he's on pace to catch up to Larson. Currently second, he started 11th, and after a 6th and 3rd finish in stages 1 and 2. Yeah, he's fought up there and showed his speed, and now he is fighting for that lead spot. 2 weeks ago in the last race, he dominated most of that race in Martinsville, but at the end, on a gamble, Chase Elliott stayed out. Then he got lucky with another caution coming out. They all pitted, and Elliott had the speed to be able to beat out Hamlin in the final laps, and Chase Elliott wound up taking that one in Martinsville. Otherwise, that would have been the second win of the year for Hamlin. And today we may be looking at a possible third win by Hamlin trying to get his second win. Larson still winless on the season as 2:15 laps to go in this one as now it's going to be Blaney on to Briscoe. And Briscoe just continues to lose some spots here as Briscoe now back up to 5th as Blaney was able to pass him as we're focusing on Hamlin and Larson. And Gibbs also able to pass Briscoe. So now Briscoe sitting in 5th. Ty Gibbs, what a year he's had. He has a fast car today, and he has a shot as well. Ty Gibbs doing pretty good today. Now movement around as Ty Gibbs in 4th place, Briscoe in 5th. As Gibbs is pulling ahead, he has a fast one today. But Blaney on the battling for with Hamlin and Ryan Blaney able to take back second. As we take a look, and Blaney back out to second. But you look at the Toyotas, they've had what a year the Toyotas have had. We currently have 5 Toyotas in the top 10 with 3 Gibbs cars and 2 2311 cars. As Reddick is in 8th now, Wallace in 10th, and Reddick, what a fight that has been back. I knew he would still be in it, and he's going to be a contender for this race as well, as he has a fast car today. It's going to come down to Larson, Blaney, Reddick, or Hamlin. One of those 4 takes it. Reddick was my prediction coming into the day. But seeing fast car Larson has, I really want to see that win finally, and I think he'll get it personally. As now Ty Gibbs on Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's losing some speed as Ty Gibbs is going to take 3rd place. And Denny Hamlin may be having some issues here as now that is Ty Gibbs who passed Denny Hamlin here. Hamlin has a fast car, but it may not be fast enough as both Blaney and Gibbs able to pass Hamlin here. Now they're taking it around as Gibbs now on to Blaney for second, but Hamlin still not done as he is right on Gibbs's tail still. Meanwhile, we have Blaney sits in 2nd place. Trying to fight for that 1st place spot as Larson still getting some fast laps as we're almost at lap 300 of this one. As Gibbs moves up to 3rd, but it's been a Larson and Blaney battle throughout this one. Gonna be a movement around now as Gibbs in 3rd, trying to catch up to Blaney. He's gaining the speed. Gibbs has speed right now. And Kyle Larson, he's the 9th driver now with 2,000 plus laps led at Bristol. Bristol is the place for Larson is now. That's 2007 for him. That just shows you what a great track Bristol is for Larson, how dominant he could be here. As it's another dominant day for Larson here at Bristol. There'll be movement as he is pulling ahead, as Blaney trying to pass the lap cars. That's Fincham, who's 77 laps down. So, but yeah, but Blaney goes around him as we're at lap 301 now. As going to be movement around as Larson making his way through the traffic. Blaney a few seconds behind him, a second and a half to be exact. Larson continues to pull ahead. Now take it up a bit more. Larson driving it close to the wall there to try to gain some more speed. And now with the open track, that comes to Larson's advantage, able to drive in the spots that he wants to make his car go fast. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney stuck in some lap traffic, and this helps Larson out a ton, at least for the moment, as Blaney now fighting, just got by Cody Ware, and now Connor Zillick on the outside. Movement around now as Blaney passes Ty Dillon, and Blaney now fighting for that top spot now. Larson's tail once again, as now Carson Hosefard, who passed Briscoe, is now trying to get in front of Denny Hamlin. Carson Hosefard, what a good day. What a good season for him. He's going to get his first win this year, as he has put up so many good performances. And it reminds me of Ross Chastain's 2022 season, having a wild card season, putting up so many surprises and good performances, and just being that wild card driver up there with Carson Hosefard. Yeah, he's a good driver, and be interesting to see what happens. But now we got Kozlowski, as it's going to be 3 wide, not for a position, but 3 wide. Is Kozlowski able to squeeze in between Bubba and the 66, and Kozlowski able to pull up front now as Kozlowski moves it ahead. Larson still your leader, followed by Blaney. Then we got Ty Gibbs, then Denny Hamlin, then Hosefard. Following Hosefard is gonna be Reddick. But it is Larson who is still up front as we approach lap 311 now. It's gonna be Larson who takes it around, followed by Blaney, Gibbs in third, Hamlin in fourth, as that's the battle for the lead. Larson trying to pull ahead in this one even more. Larson's had a fast car all day, but so has Ryan Blaney, and those two have been at it. Blaney won the pole, started off dominating this one, but Larson able to pass him, and we got a crash. Multiple cars spin into each other, as it's going to be Eric Jones, Michael McDowell, and you guessed it, Christopher Bell involved in this one. It was not Michael McDowell, it was Kyle Busch who was the one involved. Looked like McDowell's paint scheme, but yeah, Kyle Busch involved in that, and Christopher Bell catches another unlucky break, already 3 laps down, and his day just continues to get worse. And this is not the day Christopher Bell wanted, as he's a good driver. Just the thing with him is same issue with Larson. He just gets unlucky, but he gets unlucky different ways, like and earlier in races, besides instead of heartbreaking losses. But still, yeah, Christopher Bell, not what you wanted to see as a Christopher Bell fan, as his day continues to get worse and worse. Let's take a look at what happened again. It was Kyle Busch who goes sideways, and he's going to collect Eric Jones and then Christopher Bell with him. take a look if they do a full replay. It looks like it was Wiley Herbst who contacted Kyle Busch and spun him out. Interesting there as Wiley Herbst pushes the back of his bumper out and yeah, Wiley Herbst allows him to spin. As yeah, Eric Jones goes right into Busch, followed by Bell, and Eric Jones is pissed. And that is not what Eric Jones wanted to happen, as now all the cars are heading into pit lane. Larson, Blaney, Gibbs, I don't know why I almost said Dylan, and Hamlin, as we'll see if anything shakes up here. Larson taking the 4 tires, Hamlin taking 4 tires, and will we see a pass here? Potential surprise as they're heading out now. Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs still heading in as they got further up pits. Oh, they were heading out. Like, that was fast, but anyway, we're a bit past the midway point and of this one, and close to the start of stage 3 as Kyle Larson will win the race out of pit road, followed by Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs able to do a fast pit stop, then Danny Hamlin, then Ryan Blaney. And Ty Gibbs now will go up front and try to challenge Kyle Larson for the lead. Ty Gibbs got a fast car today as well, and it's going to be an interesting battle. Yeah, that is for sure. But if that is correct, it's saying Frisco stayed out. And Kozlowski. But so yeah, they're not so they're gonna all be up front. Everyone did pit there, and yeah, Larson, Gibbs, Hamlin, Blaney, Briscoe, Hostevard, Logano, Reddick, Barry, and Priest is your top 10 in that order. But we'll be right back in a quick moment. Stay right here.
So I am here with Andrew Thomas, and first question I have for you is, what position do you play and why do you choose that position?
I play left tackle, and honestly, left tackle chose me. I didn't choose that position. I was a bigger kid growing up, and that's the position they put me at.
Very cool. And what is your most proudest moment in your football career?
So far, I would say our playoff win a few years ago. I think that was 2022. That was a great experience for the Giants.
Yeah, most definitely. That was a great win. And what is one NFL player you look up to and why?
Growing up, Ray Lewis was somebody that inspired me, just the way he approached every day, the way he worked hard. When I was really young, I used to play defense too, so I love how he played linebacker and approached the game.
And what is the toughest challenge you have faced in your career?
I would say this upcoming year, this is my first time having a surgery of this magnitude, so it's definitely going to be a challenge for me, but I have my mind on right. I'm going to do everything that's necessary to get back for the season.
And finally, how do you feel about the Jameis Winston signing yesterday?
I'm excited. He's a great player. I think he brings leadership characteristics to our team, and he obviously has a great personality, so I think he'll be good for our locker room.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
welcome back now. As all the cars get ready for the restart here. Gonna line back up a little over halfway through this one as after the crash between Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, and Bell back out and just look at the track. It just shows you how fast and the tires, how much they affect the track. You see how much it has affected the track look. It's hard to talk about the difference with not having a screen on, but shows you how fast these cars have been doing with the tire damage to the track and the heat. But you got Larson up front, followed by Ty Gibbs, Hamlin, then Blaney. Larson, Hamlin in the front row, and we're off here in this one. Using the outside again. Larson has the speed, but Hamlin giving him a fight, but Larson still able to get up front. However, Hamlin now on the outside. Hamlin using this front row to his advantage now as Gibbs losing multiple spots here is now Blaney back up to third. Now fighting for that spot with Hamlin as Blaney is right on Hamlin's tail. Going around as Blaney on the outside pulls ahead and Blaney up to second. What a move by Blaney. Saw the Gibbs and Hamlin fight able to catch up and drive right around them. As now Joey Logano trying to make the same move. And Joey Logano up to third. Here comes the Penske cars, Kyle Larson, as you got the Penske cars now in the rearview mirror. Joey Logano puts himself in it as he goes up and back. Gibbs shaking up a little bit, almost a spin out, but able to put his car back up front, or back going straight. And Joey Logano still fighting with Gibbs for the third spot. Meanwhile, Blaney getting closer and closer to Larson, but Logano on the outside, but Gibbs on the inside. They both have the speed, just in different parts of the track, as Logano trying to get by Gibbs here right now in fourth, trying to get in third. As Blaney is caught up to Larson, right on Larson's tail, less than a quarter of a second, close to Larson. As now Ryan Blaney really is caught up to this one. As Blaney goes on the outside, pulls up as Larson goes underneath, but Larson able to gain the speed back as Larson pulls up right in front of him. But Blaney right there as Gibbs and Logano still continue to battle for the third spot. Hamlin, a rough restart for him now, back to fifth. As now Tyler Reddick is catching up, and now he is going to take sixth place, or trying to take sixth place from Chase Briscoe. Had it for a second, but Reddick pulls up front, takes sixth place. Briscoe back to seventh, as that was a battle there, but Reddick able to make it around him. Now movement around as Reddick up to sixth. You got a close battle between Larson and Blaney for the lead. But right now, you have Reddick, Hungry Reddick, coming as he has speed, and he's going to be big for in this race, and he's going to be a threat to take it all from Larson and Blaney. Briscoe gaining some more speed as lap 332 now, 333 in this one as Larson continues to dominate this one, but Blaney, like he has all day, giving him a tough time. Two fast cars in this one as you got generic order here as Gibbs able to hold on to that third spot, win that battle over Logano, at least for now. It's Gibbs able to pull in front of Logano, and that inexperience not catching up to him there, as good to see that Gibbs was able to fight off Logano. That's one thing he needed to work on, something that he struggled with in that race and battle for the win against, in the battle for the win. Now movement around as Logano's pulling ahead. As Denny Hamlin is right there. Now, Denny Hamlin trying to take the 5th spot as Blaney is right on Larson's tail again. He tried to make the move on the outside, but Larson denies him as Blaney goes on the outside, neck and neck for the lead. But Larson uses the inside to his advantage as now Blaney is right on Larson's tail. He's going to spin him out, and Blaney makes the move. A dirty move there by Ryan Blaney to pull up front. Hits the bumper, and Blaney is your leader of the race. This is the issue with Blaney. These dirty moves, like sometimes, but rarely does do dirty moves like this. And Larson, another, is going to get affected once again by drivers like these, as Blaney is going to hit Larson's bumper and takes the lead here in this one with 160 to go. Interesting move there, especially with this many laps left, but Blaney able to move Larson's car out of the way to get up front. Now, Blaney, your leader in this one, as it was it was pushing and shoving there. He hits the bumper, and Blaney was able to pull away. And Ryan Blaney, your leader in this one. Now Blaney already pulling away up front from Larson in this one. May have caused Larson a little damage there, or slowed down the car at least, as Blaney back into control, looking to get a 2nd win of the year. And there's a chance Blaney could have a solid year as he's trying to do this at Bristol. Bristol track that Penske, at least the last few years, hasn't been solid at, and they're trying to change that today, as Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano both having good days, sitting in 1st and 4th. Now you got Reddick, who it's Briscoe who's caught up to Reddick, trying to battle for the 6th spot. Reddick able to hold on to it for now, but Briscoe giving Reddick some problems here. As now going to be a movement for Briscoe. We're going to take it around as we look now more backfield. We got Cindric, Gillen in it right now, battling for a spot, battling for 12. And that's a close battle right now. But Blaney continues to pull away from Larson, as Blaney is far ahead in this one. And yeah, what a day by Blaney. He's had a fast car all day. Yes, some, including myself, don't agree what he did to get by Larson, but Blaney pushes and shoves his way by Larson, is currently your leader, and continues to use that speed here, as Larson now a 2nd behind. But as we have a moment, there's not much action going on right now. We do have Hosevard trying to pass Briscoe for 7th right now. Briscoe holding him off. Just in the live chat, I want to know, those of you watching, who you see winning the championship this season. My prediction right now would be Christopher Bell. But who you guys got? Now we got Hosevard. Moves on the the outside to try to pass Briscoe. And Hostevard back up is going to move to 7th. Hostevard makes the move up the outside, drives around Briscoe and Hostevard to 7th as he continues to pull ahead. Yeah, and Carson Hostevard, another great day by him, has kept himself up there, and yeah, he's had a dominant performance for sure in this one. Now, take a look at the leaderboard. Blaney continues to pull ahead as Larson is falling back. Gibbs almost catching up to Larson now, as Blaney has a fast car now, and as he is managing and opening the gap between him and Larson. As now Blaney continues to move, coming around. Fast movement for Blaney. It's going to take it around. Blaney continues to pull ahead. Not much movement right now, but it is a solid one as Blaney, your leader, followed by Larson. Then you got Ty Gibbs. After Ty Gibbs is Joey Logano. In fifth is Denny Hamlin. Sixth is Reddick. Seventh, 6-7 is Carson Hostavard. I'm going to add one more to the 6-7 counter today. Not as high as it was in a few streams ago in the last stream that we used it, but for a bit less than 120. But in 8th, we got Briscoe, and 9th, Priest, and 10th, Bubba Wallace. 11th is Josh Berry, Cindric in 12th, Gillen in 13th. We got a solid starting lineup here. In 14th, you got Josh Berry, and 15th, Brad Kozowski. But now you got Joey Logano. You got Hamlin on his tail, and Hamlin is trying to take the 4th spot from Joey Logano. Joey Logano has battled to get up higher and higher all day long. Now sitting in 4th, he's had a solid car able to get up there, but not as fast as Blaney, and but has found his way up there throughout this one. As do have a pit stop coming up very soon. Will that shake it up a bit? But Blaney continues to extend his advantage on Larson up to 2.3 seconds right now, as Blaney's car is sliding right through this track, and he is going fast in this one, as he is facing the lap traffic right now, however. See how that continues, as Blaney's car going pretty fast here. As Larson continues to take it around, and yeah, Larson is falling behind, and it is in 2nd currently, but able to gain a few seconds back as his car is getting a bit faster, but still falling behind from Blaney, who is taking control of this one. And look at the speeds. Blaney with 6:14 seconds and 16:14.14 seconds. Fast lap for him there, and this 12th car is steaming down the track right now. Now we got Larson sitting in 2nd, followed by Gibbs, and they're both gonna give Blaney a challenge, especially Larson. You have Hamlin in there, put Hamlin there as well. Reddick's gonna give a fight as Blaney almost bangs into Stenhouse there, but able to pull it back out. And yeah, Blaney continues to have his good day, but Reddick, you gotta look at Reddick and Larson. They're gonna give him a problem for sure, facing how fast those cars are. Now movement around as he's trying to get by Stenhouse there, but you look at Tyler Reddick, who's now on the outside of Carson Hocevar. Reddick in 7th, Hocevar in 6th, as Hocevar has passed both Reddick and Briscoe, but Reddick trying to take the spot back. Carson Hocevar, a fast car today as well. And for the Spire team, he's really putting up good numbers. And look at the four drivers of Suarez, McDowell, and Hosevard. He's by far probably the more least experienced one, but Hosevard has proven otherwise from last season to this season, and now, yeah, Hosevard is gonna he's pretty good. As I mentioned earlier, driver I'd compare him to, or this season, his season so far that I would compare him to is Ross Chastain's 2022 season for Trackhouse. But Denny Hamlin on the inside of Joey Logano, and Denny Hamlin will take the spot away from him. As it's going to be a good move by Denny Hamlin, as Denny Hamlin now up a spot, and he is back to fourth. Now looking ahead to Ty Gibbs for third, as Blaney continues to pull ahead now, as he is extending that lead over Larson, as Blaney just gets out of that. Kyle Busch's car shaked up there, avoids the caution as Blaney continues to pull ahead, but that would have shaked up the race, that is for sure. So now Blaney continues to take it around as he continues to pass these lap cars. They're now almost 2.5 seconds ahead of Larson, as in NASCAR, that's a lot of time. 122 laps to go in this one, as Blaney continues to pull ahead, but a caution, they could shake everything up, that's for sure. And Larson is going to be hungry for some revenge. Blaney's speed in his car is going pretty fast right now. As his car is going fast, he is looking for his second win this season. But we'll be right back, as we'll see if Blaney's able to hold on, or if Larson, Gibbs, or Hamlin, or another driver will give him a fight. We'll be back in a moment.
So I'm here with
Brian Westbrook.
And the first question I'm wondering is, who's the toughest team you've played in your career as an NFL player?
The toughest team was probably one of the Minnesota Vikings team. They had a really good defensive line, some big guys up front, Kevin and Pat Williams, but they were a very physical football team.
And growing up, who is an NFL player you looked up to?
Walter Payton. Walter Payton was the best running back ever in my book, and he's one of those guys that worked his butt off in the off season, and something that I emulated as a young man.
And just looking at this NFL season, your thoughts so far? Who's going to win the Super Bowl, you think, so far?
The Eagles. Of course, the Eagles will win.
Eagle. And finally, what's your most proudest moment in your career?
The proudest moment is the 3 days my kids were born.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
So I am here with
Jimmy Morrissey.
And the first question I have for you is, what position do you play and why did you pick this position?
I play offensive line, and it's the only position that I could play growing up because I was a big, chubby kid.
All right, and what team did you grow up rooting for?
I grew up rooting for the Steelers, and then I was kind of a fair weather fan. I liked the Eagles the older I got, so I like the Pennsylvania teams. I wasn't really a diehard team fan of anyone, but it was probably the Steelers.
Very cool. And what is the most difficult opponent you have faced in your career and why?
It would probably be our very own Dexter Lawrence. I've never played him in a game, but he's the most impressive defensive tackle I've ever played against.
Yeah, most definitely. And what is your favorite sport outside of football?
Probably golf. I love to play golf, and it's something I can do when I'm older. But growing up, it was baseball.
And finally, how do you feel about the Jameis Winston signing?
I'm pumped about Jameis Winston. I met him the other day. He seems like a great guy, and everybody that's played with him says he's an awesome teammate.
Very cool. And one more thing, could you just talk about what teams have you been on in your career, like from college and your path to the NFL?
So I played for University of Pittsburgh in college, and then I got drafted to the Raiders. I never actually played a game for them, and then I played for the Texans, and then now I'm with the Giants.
Very cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
And this is not what Ryan Blaney wanted to see as Connor Zilick brings out the caution, and the yellow flag is out as the cars are heading now into the pit box. And Blaney's gap, will that help a ton? Yes, he's going to have the front spot, but Larson will be starting up right next to him, followed by Ty Gibbs. And the caution, you just take a look at what we also missed. Josh Berry almost spins Larson out, as Larson's day is getting a bit worse in the pit, but Larson still sits up second, and we got another restart now as Blaney comes back out. And after this restart, we got 115 laps to go in this one. We're entering the home stretch as Ryan Blaney, followed by Larson, then Gibbs, then Hamlin, Logano. That will be your starting order. As the cars wait and prepare to head back out to start this one, it was Connor Zilick who went up into the wall to bring out the caution, and this has led to an interesting finish. You gotta talk about Alex Bowman, driver, throw his name out there today. First race back already. A DNF to end his race will get 1 point, and he needs those points, especially after the DNF, to get in the playoffs. And something tells me, like I was talking about earlier, this is going to be his last year on Hendrick. But yeah, next week at 2 p.m., we got Kansas. Kansas, always a good track. That was the track with the Buescher and Larson photo finish. So many other great finishes there. And yeah, that's going to be a race to look forward to for sure. But 113 to go in this one as Blaney will start it off in a moment, followed by Larson, then Gibbs. And we'll see how this restart will go up in a minute, but yeah, you got to talk about Ryan Blaney looking to get a second win of the season. So I had a feeling he was going to have a good year, and he's just getting better and better, and he's a really good driver in the series, and for sure he'll probably win another championship. He's that good, maybe even this year. But Blaney, I think we're looking at a 3 to 5 to possibly a 7-win season. He's 5 wins, maybe more realistic, but he's pretty good. As the truck is on the track with the cars now, the truck is a truck there to race. Too funny when those moments happen in NASCAR. But 1/12 to go now. And if this is the first time tuning in, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my main one, Ben Silk Sports. This is Ben Silk Commentary as well, Ben Silk Sports Commentary. And yeah, please subscribe. I also do other sports like a baseball game, which I called yesterday. I do football during the football season. Done a lot of basketball lately. Yeah, tune in to watch my live broadcasts of races or games like this race. Cars prepared or head back to the restart now. So 111 to go in this one as I'll line back up here as we're lap 390, 111 to go. Joey Logano. We'll see. Currently, we'll see what we see from him, but we gotta talk about Todd Gilliland now, up in 4th place after that fast stop there. Probably took 2 tires. Don't know the full story on that, but anyway, green flag, we're back out. Blaney and Gibbs in the front row, Larson right behind Blaney. As Blaney makes the move in front of Gibbs, followed by Larson. Larson not letting Blaney get away from him, but that may be a little too late as Blaney has some speed ahead of him. Skill and still fighting for that 4th spot as Gillen has put himself in this one. But Hamlin right there. Blaney pulling up a little bit. Now, Larson about a half a second behind him. Blaney, this restart has worked out well for Blaney as Blaney is able to pull back ahead up front with 1:08 to go in this one. And Ryan Blaney is your leader. And you take a look, yeah, Joey Logano, interesting line there as he's going up, but whatever he's doing, it is working as he is now trying to make the move on Denny Hamlin right here, and yeah, and he pulls ahead in this one and tries to do so as Joey Logano right there pulls it on up, and Joey Logano is going to take the spot from Denny Hamlin, but Hamlin on the inside denies the fight, and Joey Logano makes the move again. Will pay off this time, however. No, it won't. As Hamlin's right there, but now Logano able to get up front. So now Logano going to take it around. We look at the front of the field now as Blaney now pulling ahead as he's a bit under a second ahead of Larson now, as that was a great restart for Blaney. Now movement around as here comes Todd Gilliland as they're going to take it up. Larson now a second behind Blaney as Hamlin's falling back as Hostavard giving Hamlin a fight now as Logano won that bout. Now Hostavard trying to take the 6th spot from Denny Hamlin. Meanwhile, you have Josh Berry. Has had a rough streak as of late in this race. Now back to 25th after the move earlier, the gamble earlier did not work out for him, and now he sits in 25th. And that was actually due to the spin. Noah Gregson gave him a little bit of a spin, and it forced him to go up, and he lost a lot of spots there. 99 laps to go in this one. These are going to be some fast 99 laps, that is for sure. As Blaney just is going to steam by Barry here as Larson's got to do something quick as now Blaney is in control of this one. He's got to figure it out. He's been in control on the restarts and not a great way to win it either, as that move by Blaney to give Larson a tap to say, oh, I'm taking this from you, and to just move him out of the way and let him go by. I don't like the move, and yeah, it's a shame Blaney winds up playing this way, especially after how it's already taken a championship from Larson. But right now you got Hosevard, who is on Hamlin. A battle for 12th between Cindric, Elliott, and Busher. Chris Busher is a driver that's put himself up there this season as well. He's a driver that's had up and down moments in the Cup Series these last few years. Of course, a few years ago having 3 wins on the season. That was 2024 or 2023, I believe. As Blaney continues to pull ahead in this one, we have Chris Busher, who has not been going the way he's wanted to in this race. He started 7th, now back to 14th. 93 laps to go left in this one as Blaney continues to dominate this one. Denny Hamlin, however, slowing down. 93 to go now, 92 to go. As they're going to take it around. Joey Logano sits in prime possession of 5th as Hostavard tries to take Hamlin's 6th place spot. Joey Logano, again, they keep pointing him out. What a day he has had from 20th to 5th right now, and he's not done. as he has a fast car here as well. Now Blaney, talking about fast cars, Blaney continues to pull ahead in this one against Larson, and yeah, Blaney has the speed here. Ty Gibbs on Larson's tail now, as Ty Gibbs catching up to Larson. He may try to challenge Larson here for the second place spot. And Ty Gibbs, a dark horse, he has a fast car right now as he is catching up to Larson on the upside, but we still got a big lead by Blaney in this one. Got side by side here as Blaney continues to pull ahead. Gibbs behind Larson now, less than a tenth of a second behind Larson. It's going to move it around. As Blaney still the leader in this one, but yeah, Larson is falling more and more behind. Gibbs losing a few seconds there allows Larson to have some more room, but Gibbs is still right there behind Larson, giving him a tough battle for the second spot. Gonna be movement around now as in the middle you got Cole Custer as the buffer here, helping Larson out, fellow Chevrolet, as Blaney continues to pull ahead, has the eye on the 12th to try to get that lead back from him with 83 laps to go. They got time, but it's a short track, so it's not too much time, as we have 83 laps and 83 miles left in this one. Larson has the speed, but will it be enough as Blaney's car is zooming across this track right now, as we got Gibbs right there using Cody Ware now as the buffer. Now taking the movement around as Ty Gibbs on the bumper of Cody Ware to make the pass, and Ty Gibbs trying to give Larson a fight now, has Larson at his view trying to make the pass. Movement now as Gibbs is getting closer to Larson, tries to go underneath, but Larson goes up high and gains some speed there. Now the lap cars, looks like he may be able to make a move. Meanwhile, Blaney continues to pull ahead. You got Larson in second, Gibbs in third, Gilliland in fourth, Logano in fifth, Hamlin in sixth, Hocevar in seventh, Briscoe in eighth, Reddick in ninth, and Wallace in 10th. You got to talk about Reddick. He made the comeback to get in the top 10, but he's slowed down as of late. It's not showing he's faster than any of these other top 10 cars right now. And Tyler Reddick is not driving like the winner of this race right now, as he has the speed, but not enough speed to get by Briscoe, as he's been fighting with Briscoe, who doesn't have the fastest car today throughout this one. We got 76 laps to go as Blaney continues to pull ahead. Now only a little bit under 3 seconds ahead of Larson. It's going to be movement around now as let's take a look at Allmendinger. Yeah, he's had a solid day as well, up to 13th for the road course, or the previously road course king. Having a good day at Bristol, up to 13th. How about AJ Allmendinger? Now movement for the Hamlin and Logano battle, as Logano still up front, but you have Larson now lapping multiple cars, but he is still has Ryan Blaney in in his sights to try to get the pass. And you got Gibbs in your mirror too, who is right there trying to pass you for a second. A caution is something that would really help Larson here. Try to give him another chance. But Gibbs on the outside, he tries to make the move, but Larson able to go up high to cut him off. But now Gibbs right there trying to make the move again. Larson continues to go up high, but he goes down low. Interesting move there. But Chastain there to help Larson out to go in the spot to not allow Gibbs to have room for the pass. And Chastain is going to let Larson go by. He'll also let Gibbs go by. Going to be movement now for Larson as Larson now pulling back ahead in this one. But Gibbs is still right on Larson's tail because we got Gregson now making it 3 wide as now Denny Hamlin trying to pass Logano. So is Chase Briscoe as Denny Hamlin gets in front of him. Now Chase Briscoe on Logano as Chase Briscoe also able to make the move. And Reddick now catching up to Logano. Something must be going on with Joey Logano as multiple cars passing him right now as now Denny Hamlin continues to drive up with Briscoe right on his tail. 66 laps to go now in this one as Blaney still continues to pull ahead. A caution is the thing that Blaney does not want to see. A caution is the exact thing that Larson wants to see. Larson swept both stages today, but he is looking for his first win of the season and first win in almost a year. Larson trying to get it done here as you look at this battle for 6 now, you got a Hamlin and Briscoe, a teammate battle here as Briscoe now trying to pass. His car is gaining some speed late in this one. As you have Logano who's battling with Reddick right now for the 8th place spot, but Logano gaining the speed back as Logano's able to pull up front, but for how long as Reddick goes underneath, makes the bigger move, but McDowell gets in the way, and that would have been a pass. McDowell's car wasn't there, but Logano is able to gain the advantage at least for now. As Logano uses the top of the track to gain momentum after the pass. Close battle between him and Reddick now for 9th place. Gonna be back and forth movement as Reddick goes, and he's gonna scoot in front of Logano. That McDowell move may have helped Logano out, but only for a lap, as now Reddick up to 8th. Tyler Reddick, never count him out, a restart, and he could drive up to 1st just like that. That's the type of driver he is, and we've seen that in so many places like Talladega, Daytona, I believe Atlanta as well. All the big tracks. Kansas, we've seen that in. Reddick, really good at last second wins and passing cars fast if he has the speed. Now we got Gibbs on Larson's bumper, who's trying to take 2nd place. He goes on the inside. Now a close move by the wall, but Larson able to retain the lead right now. But Gibbs has the top advantage as Gibbs uses that speed, and makes the move from Larson as Gibbs pulls up to 2nd. Ty Gibbs, the move on Larson, and now Ty Gibbs looking for his first career win, up to 2nd place, and has Blaney in his sights as Gibbs is cruising through this one. Blaney still a far leader, however, in this one still, as Gibbs has some ways to go, but he's already gotten it down to 2 seconds as Larson's car, I think it got a little damaged up maybe by the Blaney move past the lead. So I'm pulling for Gibbs here, honestly, after that. But now down to under 2 seconds as Gibbs' car is going fast right now. As Gillen, credit to him, he's been able to keep it in 4th place. And what a day for him to get up that high and stick with that position as Blaney is gonna make the next pass on Chase Elliott now to get another lap car in front of him or get in front of him. Now 52 laps to go as Ty Gibbs now has his sights set on Ryan Blaney, but does he have enough time? You got 50 miles left in this one as his best finish, Todd Gillen. You look at him in 4th is Talladega 2025, the fall race. He is trying to get possibly another great finish here at Bristol. Now movement for him as Hostevard giving him a problem late in this one. Carson Hostevard, will see if he's going to be able to do something here as well late in this one, maybe getting a top 3 finish based on the pace that he is currently going. But you got Blaney going underneath now as Blaney has a fast car on Kozlowski, able to take the up route to get by Kozlowski there, or does he? But Kyle Larson, he is falling behind fast now, 3.5 seconds back, and things have not been going good for Larson. He makes contact there with the 35 of Riley Herbst, and that does not help him out for sure. There's now 3.5 seconds. Gibbs trying to make this one closer as since that Blaney pass, Larson's car has not been the same. It has been a rough day. Larson's had a solid day up until that Blaney pass, but it's been a rough day once again for Hendrick Motorsports. Bowman's DNF. We have Byron having a terrible day. Chase Elliott doing all right, but not putting up a great performance as he sits in 18th right now. But once again, it's a Gibbs and Penske show or it's a Blaney and Gibbs show as it's been all Joe Gibbs or Ryan Blaney, I feel like, all season long. Or Reddick, because Toyota or Blaney show. As now Blaney coming around as trying to pass more cars here. You got Ty Gibbs, who is right there. Blaney continues to pull ahead in this one as we now have 39 laps remaining. And nothing is over yet. A caution could come out and shake this whole thing up. With Tibbs Gibbs' speed, he may be able to make the move on Blaney for a potential win. But then his experience comes in these moments. Not as good as Blaney and Bell as you saw in that other race. And will that come into effect? As now Ty Gibbs gaining some speed here as he's going to go underneath Chase Elliott. Ty Gibbs, he's an in-season tournament champion from last season, but he's still looking for his first career win. Will today be the day for Ty Gibbs? As now Gibbs brings it around. 38 laps to go now as Ty Gibbs, he's been putting up great numbers and great starts all season long, and it'd be fitting for him in a Toyota heavy season to get his first win. And Ty Gibbs is looking to do so here in this one. And if he wins this would be the 6th win of the year for Toyota. So now you got 37 laps to go in this one. So now As now Blaney's lead is gonna go down to under a second. Gibbs is catching up as he has Blaney in his sights. And Gibbs' car is flying through this field. And Ty Gibbs is putting up some fast laps right now. He is going fast. But the lap cars may come in effect here as Blaney's able to pull back ahead over a second. As now these cars are not letting Gibbs go by. 34 laps to go as Blaney continues to pull ahead in this one. As Hostavard in fourth, Briscoe in fifth. That's still a battle for this one. Carson Hostavard, however, currently in fourth place. What a day for him. He's had an amazing season, and hopefully he's able to continue his success and possibly get a playoff spot this year. Now movement around as it's going to be Briscoe. Briscoe in fifth. So, but movement around as Gibbs trying to get closer. It's still a close battle. And career top 5 overall wins. You look, both Ty Gibbs and Carson Hocevar with 0 wins in his career. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney has 18, Larson has 32, and Briscoe has 5. But Ty Gibbs looking to get his first career win. But anything could happen with 30 laps to go. A caution gives anyone a chance. You have Reddick sitting in 8th. He could steal another win here. And so much could happen these final 29 laps. You saw that at Phoenix in the battle for the championship when it was 4 wide, and then so much still happened after that. But now, 28 laps to go in this one as Blaney tries to extend this lead, get by Chandler Smith. Now is going to try to get by Brad Kozowski here. He's going to come on the up. Tries to make the pass, but not able to do so at that moment. As now Blaney up high. As Blaney trying to make the pass to extend his lead, and Ty Gibbs is right behind him. The lap cars may help Blaney at the end as these lap cars are just letting Blaney go by. Gibbs, it's been a bit more of a struggle for him, but still just around a second behind Blaney. But Gibbs has speed right now. A caution comes out. Gibbs may be able to take this from Ryan Blaney. Joe Gibbs is his grandfather and car owner as Ty Gibbs drives for Joe Gibbs Racing. Joe Gibbs Racing, the previous head coach of the Commanders back in the 1990s, taken after his retirement his thing to NASCAR, and we got a caution as Chase Elliott is going to have a flat tire. Issues continue for Hendrick Motorsports as now Chase Elliott's going to have an issue and bring out the caution. And this is what Ty Gibbs wanted to see, as now Ty Gibbs has the shot to take this one from Ryan Blaney. It also gives Larson Hocevar a chance to try to do something here late. But Ty Gibbs, this is exactly what he wanted to see, as Ty Gibbs now has a shot to get his first career win. As you see Elliott, he's going to wind up going sideways there, smoking his car up and able to straighten it out. And Chase Elliott is going to slip up, and the bad day continues for Hendrick, as now we'll see if any of the Hendrick cars are going to be able to get a top 30 finish here. But Chase Elliott, not what he wanted to see, but it looks like that car is driving okay. But now the question is, are they going to decide to pit or stay out here? What is Blaney going to decide to do? As it was going to probably be a tight pit window. Gibbs as well. What is their decision? As right now they stay out. But we got 22 laps left in this one, and this may turn out to be a wild one, as this one has flown on by. Thank you for everyone who has tuned in today, and yeah, it's been an exciting one, that is for sure. But yeah, but we'll see what goes on. Yeah, Ty Gibbs right now. Ty Gibbs stays out as Blaney and Larson comes on in. An interesting move. However, there is no one else coming in besides Blaney and Larson. And obviously Larson needed to come in for some damage, but Ryan Blaney goes in, and that's the disadvantage of being up front. You do not get to see what your teammates are doing and or other fellow drivers are doing. No one else goes out, and that may have cost Blaney the race. And also, that may have been a rough break for Larson. But anyway, yeah, Larson needed to get into pit road and be able to, yeah, be able to get back into this one because obviously his car was not driving the same as Larson is gonna beat Blaney out to a pit road. Will that matter, however? Now all the cars are going to be pitting. So Larson has a shot. And this is going to be an interesting restart. As a lot of cars do wind up coming in, but so many cars did stay out, and this will be a battle to the finish. Larson alive now in this one, as Reddick in it now. He stayed out. Hamlin stayed out. The Toyota is looking pretty good right now. A lot of Toyotas stayed on out. So while we wait, take a look if we got an order fully organized yet on the app. As take a look at this. Yeah, Ty Gibbs, Carson Hocevar, Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, Reddick, your top five. Looked like everyone else did wind up going in. Saying Kyle Larson's going to be 6th and Blaney is going to be 7th. 6-7. So that's going to be another one for the counter today. And this, we're set up for, what a great finish we're set up for in this one. And yeah, Larson now, that's what he needed to do. The break that Larson needed. Excuse me. Now Larson has a shot to take it, but he'll be in 6th. We look at Ty Gibbs now up front, trying to get his first career win. And yeah, we've been set up for an interesting finish. Carson Hocevar also trying to get his first career win. He'll be in 2nd and possibly in the front row. You got Chase Briscoe, then Denny Hamlin 3rd and 4th, and Tyler Reddick looking to get his 5th win of the season, who is in 5th place currently. 5 wins throughout the course of 8 races would be insane. Wait, 4 wins out of the course of 7, pretty insane. But yeah, Reddick having a breakout season, has been locked into the sport, and yeah, after having a winless season a year ago, he has really turned it up and is looking now for a 5th win this season. Something that I did not think I would be saying this early in the season. Only win in only race 8. He's looking for win number 5. But yes, Reddick has proven me wrong, as he's proven a lot of people wrong once again. But it's going to be interesting. We'll see how this restart works out with Blaney, Reddick, with Blaney and Larson. Reddick right there too. Gonna make it interesting. Possibly a battle to the finish as well. But we're about to get started in the moment. 17 to go. It'll probably be 16 to go around them, or 15 to go at the restart. As looks like they're gonna go around at least one more time. As no, yeah, Hostfire decides to go up, and it's going to be Briscoe who comes in to go in the front row. We got Briscoe on the inside, Gibbs on the outside, row 2 Hamlin on the inside, Hocevar on the outside, row 3 Blaney on the inside, Reddick on the outside, row 4 Busher on the inside, and Larson on the outside. Row 5 finishing off top 10, Gano on the inside, and Gilliland on the outside. Cars are all lined up. We got only a few laps remaining in this one, as it's gonna come down to who has the faster car and is able to pull ahead here at the end. Is Gibbs gonna be able to make a buffer between Blaney and Larson to be able to take this one? Or will Hostevard find a way to do it? There's so many question marks here in this one. That's going to be a green flag here. 16 laps to go. We got to fight to the finish. Already going up the track is Larson and Reddick. Tyler Reddick up to second, trying to steal another one. I told you, you put Reddick in the equation, you can never count him out. Makes the move on the outside, goes around close to the wall, and Tyler Reddick is up to second, followed by Kyle Larson, who goes up to third. A move by Larson, who goes around close to the wall, as Reddick now up for the lead. Tyler Reddick, hungry and looking for that win number 5 of the season, as he is on Ty Gibbs, the 45 and 54 of Toyotas, battling for the lead. And now Larson comes in the equation. Kyle Larson on their tail. What a finish we're set up for, as Ty Gibbs able to hold on to the front. There's Tyler Reddick, makes the move on the bottom, but Larson gives Gibbs the push. Tyler Reddick right there. It's going to be moving now. Blaney back in their equation, but it's a Gibbs and Reddick battle right now, as Larson coming around, and Blaney is right there. Larson, however, has the advantage over Blaney, as now Larson pulls ahead, and Reddick's car now slowing on down a little bit, but he's not out of it, as Gibbs is gaining the advantage late in this one, as Blaney is right on Larson's tail. But Ty Gibbs, 10 laps to possibly his first career win. He has worked so hard in this point, and now Blaney goes up high to try to make the pass on Larson, but Larson able to deny it. Now Blaney goes on the inside, and Blaney is going to take second away from Larson. He goes up and close to the track, but Larson is going to have the momentum upwards to still give a fight for Blaney in this one. Blaney has the advantage, but Larson able to drive around. But on the inside, Blaney is making it fast. Meanwhile, as these two battle, Gibbs continues to pull ahead. 108 laps on those tires compared to Larson and Blaney's 13, but only 8 laps left to go. And Gibbs may be able to hold them off. We'll see. But Blaney right on Gibbs now, as Blaney moves up to second. As here comes Blaney battling for the lead. But Gibbs still giving him a fight, but Blaney's car is faster here. As Gibbs, Blaney, it's neck and neck, as Gibbs used the top of the track for the advantage here. Movement for Gibbs now, as Larson now on Blaney's tail, as Gibbs extends the gap right there. Gibbs pulls back ahead, now 5 laps to go, as Ty Gibbs continues to pull ahead. Ty Gibbs now a half a second ahead of Blaney. This is his 3rd season in the Cup Series, looking for his first career win. He's had a rough start to his Cup Series career. Some have doubted that he should be part of Joe Gibbs Racing, and Riley Herbst into the wall. And that is not what Ty Gibbs wanted to see. As now the caution flag comes out, and we're going to be lining up for overtime. And with Blaney in second and obviously having the faster car, that is something that, that is a car Gibbs does not want to be next to, and something that has really worked out for Ryan Blaney. He has caught a break here. And we're going to line up for some overtime this one. We picked a good one to call today, as we're set for NASCAR overtime in this one. So Ty Gibbs, your leader right now, but are some cars gonna take a pit here now, as will Ty Gibbs have enough fuel to make it through a few laps? But yeah, you look at this as it's gonna be a spin out by, that was Kyle Busch, I believe, who got on Riley Herbst, and I guess that gets him back from earlier as yeah, both these two have been going at it. It'll be interesting to see what post race reactions will be like between these two, as Herbst had to do with Bush's spin out earlier. Now it's the other way around with Bush spinning Herbst out here. But we're gonna be set up for NASCAR overtime, as that puts Reddick back in the equation as well. Reddick magic. Anything could happen with Tyler Reddick late in this one, as any move could put him back in this one. That is for sure. But see if we got a lineup so far. Looks like the cars are going to stay out. It's Ty Gibbs up front still. Yeah, we got Gibbs, then Blaney. Then we got Larson and Reddick in fourth. So that's going to be an interesting battle to the finish. Like I said from the beginning of the day, it's going to come down to Larson, Reddick, or Blaney. Those are just the three fastest cars today. And I think proving a point here. And look at based on the speed, I don't want to see this, but my prediction, the result of the overtime, it's probably going to come out to Blaney. He has the fastest car, possibly starting up on the front row or behind Gibbs. Both two good spots to start with. And yeah, Blaney, I just feel like there's so many scenarios where Blaney will be able to take this, but I want to see Gibbs be able to do it. If not Larson, I do want to see Gibbs get his first career win. As much as I don't love the system with Gibbs getting a ride on a top team because of his grandfather, still, Gibbs has proven he's a great driver, and it is time for his first career win. And yeah, he needs to prove that he could keep that spot at Joe, or deserves that spot in Joe Gibbs Racing. He'll probably keep it for a long time regardless. But we're getting ready for overtime as we have now 3 laps till the start of overtime. And first time apparently in Bristol that there's been an overtime, going to be an overtime finish since 2015. That just shows you how rare overtimes happen on short tracks like this. But it's going to be an interesting overtime battle right to the finish. I believe our first overtime finish since Daytona as well. But Ty Gibbs and Blaney will start off on the front row. Blaney decides to go underneath that in front, that in the inside. That may affect him a bit. And you got Briscoe behind. We got Larson and Reddick behind Gibbs. So that's honestly maybe an advantage for Gibbs. But Blaney still has more fuel, and anything could help out Blaney here. But we'll see what is going to happen here. As Ty Gibbs is going to start out up front. Will Ty Gibbs be able to hold on to get his first career win? Will Blaney be able to take it from him? Gibbs on the outside, Blaney on the inside. They'll line back up as we got a JGR in front, Team Penske beside him, Hendrick Motorsports, the 3 big name teams. As we're back racing here, overtime, 2-lap shootout, and Ty Gibbs has the advantage on Blaney. Kyle Larson up there as well as Ty Gibbs able to pull ahead. Now Larson going up high for Blaney, but Blaney on the inside uses the inside as Gibbs able to pull ahead. 1 lap to go now. Gibbs trying to pull ahead of Blaney, but Blaney using his momentum. We're set up for photo finishes. Gibbs able to pull ahead in the corner, but Blaney on the outside. Photo finish, bound to the end. Ty Gibbs wins Bristol, and Ty Gibbs add a win to his resume as he'll get his first career win as Bristol, and Gibbs is gonna get it done. Wow. First Cup win. It's been a long time coming, and Ty Gibbs, the young boy, gets it done. And yeah, he will be the 46th driver to win at Bristol Motor Speedway, and an overtime thriller. it will be Ty Gibbs who takes this one. What a performance by Ty Gibbs. He fought right till the end, was able to hold off Blaney at the end, and Ty Gibbs heads to victory lane here. His first career win, and I have a feeling after the season he puts up, it'll be first of multiple for the season for sure. What a win by Ty Gibbs already. What a start this season. And adding a win to his resume, Joe Gibbs hyped for his grandson there as Ty Gibbs in that 54 car will grab his first career win. And that guy, great for that guy. What a day for him. I had Blaney, Larson, or Reddick probably come down to him. No one had Ty Gibbs getting it done after Bell, who, in my opinion, probably had the best car of the day still for Joe Gibbs Racing. But after all Bell's issues, Ty Gibbs was able to show up for his team and be in the right spots at the right time, had fast pace towards the end, and Ty Gibbs is able to hold off Brian Blaney in overtime to get his first career win in this one. And Ty Gibbs, what a day for him. Wow. As Ty Gibbs will cross the finish line, get it done. Here are your results in this one. Our winner is going to be Ty Gibbs, followed by Ryan Blaney. In third, we have Kyle Larson. Fourth is Tyler Reddick. Fifth is Chase Briscoe. Todd Gilliland comes in sixth, and Joey Logano in seventh. In eighth is Ryan Priest. Ninth, Denny Hamlin. Carson Hocevar comes in 10th. Bubba Wallace in 11th, as Suarez in 12th. Chris Buescher in 13th. Kozowski in 14th. Allmendinger in 15th. Cindric comes in 16th, as Stenhouse in 17th. Dillon in 18th. Smith in 19th. Chastain in 20th. In 21st is Wiley Herbst. Chase Elliott comes in 22nd. In 23rd is Eric Jones and Michael McDowell in 24th. Kyle Busch comes in 25th as Wiley Herbst in 26th. 27th is Christopher Bell, Cole Custer 28th, Ty Dillon 29th, William Byron in 30th. In 31st, and I'm shocked he did this good, Cody Ware. 32nd is Josh Berry. 33rd is Connor Zillick, SVG. In 34th, John Hunter Nemechek in 35th, and Chad F in 36th, and Alex Bowman his first race back in 37th. Well, that's going to be your finish order for today. I want to thank everyone who tuned in today. Ty Gibbs, your winner at Bristol Motor Speedway, will grab his first career win. I want to thank everyone for listening today. And yeah, what a performance for Ty Gibbs. But that will do it for today. I'm Ben Silk. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Gibbs grabs his first career win and is victorious here in Bristol.